Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, and welcome to the Psychic Hour. I have Debbie Romero with me today. Hello. We're going to do talk, discussion, questions, readings. So it's a little bit of everything. And happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I should have done a red background.
Yes.
Can I still do it?
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find something. But I don't think I have any red backgrounds. Is that so funny?
I think you do. Don't you have the meditation in red?
I gave that one to you.
You sure did. You gave it to me.
This is the most, this is the most pinky background I have. Look, we're changing things up.
Girl,
Let's do this one. Let's do this one as a sparkle of love and the pink coming in. Let's do it. Intuition of the blue and the purple. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. So it ruined a little bit of the magicals and the background's changing, but it's fun, right? It's fun.
Right. Who doesn't like change? Change is good. It's all good.
Exactly. Change is good. And we welcome the most positive change for you on Valentine's Day. Honestly, this is an episode about self-love, love in general, the love we share, and just celebrating, I think, healing and surrender and release, because love is one of the greatest ways that we can enact that.
Right. I love that you say that. Surrendering is tough, right, Kelly?
It's tough.
Mm-hmm. But I love that you say that. Self-love is there's so much beauty in that. There's so much transformation. I know you talk about the change. We went from blue and now look at the pink of love, that radiates from our heart chakra, that purple, the cosmos that stand behind us. Like we shift and change just as quickly as you just did with your backdrop. So this is going to be fun. I could see a lot of people in here already. What's up? Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's great to see you. I love it. So yeah, if you have some love questions later on, we're going to have some fun with those. I want to make sure that everybody knows who Debbie is too. By the way, I always give guests a warm introduction. So with that said, just for a moment, Debbie Romero is an international evidential medium, healer, and host of her live show and podcast, Transcend with Debbie. You can catch her sharing her gifts every week with teachings, demonstrations, and on-air readings. She holds space collectively, facilitating spirit circles and classes to bring forward presence, healing, memories, and symbols that life is eternal. Debbie believes a soul-to-soul connection is one of the most precious gifts one can receive. She regularly demonstrates with Platform Mediumship as helping to teach others, and teaching has brought Debbie great joy of witnessing the transformation and miracles of her students within this work. Welcome, Debbie.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. It's an honor always to be a guest on your show on the Psychic Hour. Thank you for the work that you do also for spirit and community. And thank you for inviting me on a beautiful day like today, Valentine's Day. Yay!
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? It's good vibes with good friends. And that's, again, what part of the love is about. So within self-love, how have, through your psychic mediumship or even just your personal journey, how have you learned more about self-love last year, this year, and what is that giving you in the lessons?
Wow. Great question. I find that last year was a very tough year for me. I went through a lot of ups and downs, even though you see me smiling and happy, but really I was grieving. And last year I took time for myself. I was teaching, I was holding space, and I think it was around April. I paused to go into other development circles, other healing circles, and being part of a community where I can sit and learn with others, because I too also needed the energy to be restored for myself. I was only a couple of months of losing my mother, and for a lot of people who do not know, I actually took care of my mother from a very young age, and having the responsibility in a very young age to care for your mother, you know, and it was a very difficult journey. It was one that I honor and respect her love, and you know, there's no greater love than a mother and a daughter. And when the roles change, it can be very difficult. And so for myself, I was given the opportunity to heal from the years of experiences. And when I say heal, the word you use, surrendering, what no longer do I need to hold within my energetic body, within my mind, my body, my spirit, just the memories of the goodness, because she was a great person. And so the laughter and the love and the sweetness is what I hold on to. And it has taught me to be strong. And when we take care of other people, we forget to take care of ourselves. And so the lesson, my physical body was like, girl, listen, girl, your body is feeling everything, girl. Come on, girl. You know, you got to start making your own doctor appointments. You got to get your own stuff taken care of it. You know, not just getting the nails done and the hair did. You got to get walking again. You got to move the body again. You know, changing the diet. These are all part of self-love, is managing the vessel that we are for spirit and for self, so we can have a body to sustain us to do the work that we want to hold space for, right? So self-love has been part of my journey day one since I started this spiritual journey, and it never stops. Never stops.
It never stops, and we're learning more about self-love through what spirit teaches us, psychically, what we understand through, like, wow, you know, people are going through that, and I'm feeling it, I'm experiencing it through their own energy, and it's making me realize how I can change my life for the better, or it's making me realize what not to regret, or how to celebrate others. And in order to even do those things, you have to be taking care of yourself.
Right. And you know, I had this conversation with someone before. Many of us are parents. Many of us have busy lives, and you know, how do we take time to pause? I just interviewed this amazing man, and they call him His Holiness, and he teaches people about the breath and to change the way we think with our thoughts. And you know, sometimes we're just on the go, like, I gotta go to work, I gotta make sure I have gas, gotta make sure I have food. You know how many thoughts we process a day? A brain could think 70 thoughts a day just going. So if we can breathe through that and pause for ourselves, look at the scenery, ground the energy, it brings us back to the present moment, and it gives our body a permission to acknowledge, to see, what do I need today? I took a really amazing course with Richard Stuttle, and he did a group class with us, and he talked about, you know, the mind, the body, the soul, and we were working with different circles of colors, and we're just coloring in and doing a self check-in. You know, what is your spiritual body saying to you? Your mental, your physical, your emotions. Really doing a self check-in. When I start teaching my students, I actually have them draw like their own body and color in the chakra colors. And as you're bringing in those colors, you're actually making the intent to bring in the colors back to your own spirit. So it's acknowledging and seeing it that, oh, this is off. But one day I did it and my chakras were like, ooh, real big. And then I did it at the end of the night, because I taught one class in the morning and then I taught one at night, and I did the same exercise. I go, well, isn't that interesting? Everything's all tight, or everything's all like my, you know, scribbled and fast, or, you know, you got to look at all of that and give your body permission to just do a self check-in. What's your own energy saying to you, and how is your body saying, pay attention to me. Hello, red flag, you know, I'm wearing red. You know, pay attention to the red flags, y'all. Where do you need the XOXO, right? How do we bring in that love?
Yeah, I think that's a really actually powerful way to use self-reflection and self-love. I know a lot of people, they will meditate and visualize their body, but if you can actually draw it outside of your mind and be like, this is my experience, and my hand is showcasing or wanting to go faster because that's what the energy is inside of me, or it feels really calm, or it feels very constricted and I want to draw outside the lines of my body where I'm going to put this color. Um, I think if you can have whatever tool you have, right? A lot of us are with our thoughts or with our friends, and it's like we have to expand the tools of self-love, self-awareness, and self-understanding. We really do, because a lot of us are not in touch, or we have blocked out what our needs are. And if we don't know what our needs are, sometimes it's difficult for self love to
Right.
come
And
in.
I think not only self-love, but we deserve that love. It's we deserve and we're worthy of the love. And when you're a spiritualist and you're opening up into that energy, and we're going straight to spirit, you always want to start with yourself first. What is your energy saying to you, and what structures are around your energetic body that need to be looked at, so that you can have that clear connection between you and spirit world. Because a lot of those that are following us are really wanting to elevate and connect to their teams and connect to spirit and feel it in such a beauty that is just so iridescently clear, and like a beautiful dance and ebb. And when we have stuff in our auric field, you have to feel into that before you can get to that. And so that's the healing of that, diving deeper into the journey of within of self. So you are bringing that energy to take care of self and spirit world together. So you're working in that ebb and flow of dance of you and them together. So there's no passing it. You gotta all work. We all working through our stuff, and that is where when you take a dive to go in deeper, trust me, you'll be going deeper and working into things that are like, oh man, where did this layer come from? Oh man, let me just sit here and drink coffee while it moves on by.
Yeah, we have all these layers. We have all these layers from who we are, whether they're very pleasant or unpleasant. And there's things that surface. And when we're self aware, we go, oh, I know what that is. And even when we are self aware, we're like, what the heck is this sometimes? Like,
Right,
I'm in a funk today, or I feel weird, or I feel off, or um, something about the energy. And sometimes it's the energy we share. Sometimes it's the energy we share. Sometimes it's collective, yes. But a lot of times it's the energy we share. Like, you know, we are so connected to other people. Sometimes we are holding space for other people, or they're holding
right,
space for us. And
right.
we don't know all of a sudden that the energy has changed, and we're like, well, what's going on here? It's because we're made to share energy. And I think
Mhm.
when we share such, in honor of Valentine's Day, when we share such like exciting, passionate, or very soul connected love, we think that's love. And wow, I'm feeling love, and I'm in a shared experience. It's not just me. Life is wonderful. But really, we're sharing energy every day, all the
Right,
time. It's just we're not paying attention to it because normally it doesn't feel that good.
right. So now, a lot of us are, let's even look at it as those who are awakened, right? Many of you are here intuitive. And, Ashley says, I believe in energy transfer too. It's all about holding space, right? If you're going in with the intent that spirit comes in and the spirit's doing the healing, you're getting the energy from spirit world with their healer, their team, their energy's coming to you. Now, if it's data that you're filling into, because you're psychic and you're open, and then you're very psychic, Kelly, you can feel the data and it can feel very heavy. So I'll give you an example. Our natural protection is our aura. We're born with a natural protection. As it weakens based on whether we have illnesses or we have things that, pollution, how we handle our environment, it can get very weakened based on our circumstances. Obviously, what's your mental energy look like, your emotions like. And so I'll give you an example here. You have this cage or this energy, a web of energy around you, right? And then if someone thinks of you, it's just data. What comes with them is their energy, which is their data. And so you're like, oh wow, they must be going through something. That's unfortunate. Let me send that love and light, And so as the data comes in, it may feel like an energy exchange, but you also have to remember you're psychic. You're getting the data. It's just it's just information. So don't look at it like it's your energy. Don't carry it. Process it and how you want to move with it, and send it off with love and light. Now, of course, if you go into an intimate kiss, or you're going into that extra hug, of course there's an exchange in that. You're really connecting to the person, and you're going with the intent to give love, just like a mother would soothe the wound. You're healing with that intent to calm them, to bring in that intent to soothe their wounds. So yes, great way of acknowledging that, Ashley. I hope my perception gives you a different way of looking at it. It's just data. We're getting data collectively. There's so much happening in the world. It could be data overload, but yeah, like this conversation can really go on and on and on and on.
We're just getting data. And so I think that sometimes, and same with we're all spirit. I feel like we all are connected on the energetic realm, and that's why we're never separated, because
Right.
energy is always touching one another. And in readings, even, we can just look at the mental data, or our knowing, or we can just see things for what they are. And sometimes the feeling data gets kicked up too. And I
Right.
think when the feeling data gets picked up, whether it is what you're feeling, and you have to understand, oh, this is the feeling coming from my way, or the feeling coming from their way, or the shared feeling. Yeah, to step back and kind of just be like, well, what is it? What is it? Because when we don't surrender to what the data is of the energy, we start to want, and we start to desire. And we're talking about Valentine's Day, and isn't want and desire so natural? But it really gets us in trouble.
Right. So now you're taking it to another level, right? I want to just say a little piggyback here to Ashley too, because, when you're saying you got to protect your energy, it's really the more healing that we do to our energy in our auric field, we're very protected. When you're strengthening your own self, your physical body, your mental body, your emotion body, we with the colors that are around us, that we embody, is our protection. If it's heavy and you feel that it's a negative energy, it could just mostly be the person's hurting. Not necessarily that it's negative, but it's making you uncomfortable because you're so vibrant and light. You're just feeling the worry. You just most likely feeling the sadness or the heartache of somebody, not necessarily that it's negative. So feeling to the negative, what is it and why is it negative for you? And just continue to bless it on its way. And if you say want and needs, right, Kelly, and you're talking about Valentine's Day, we all have the desire to be heard, to be seen, and to be loved. And it just takes a very gentle moment of pause to say, I see you. Give somebody that smile, or give somebody that hug. Because going back to Ashley, you don't know what a person is going through. You don't know how someone could smile at you and still hurt so deeply inside. There are moments where people are battling illnesses. There are people that are in hospice. There are people that lost loved ones. And this day can be such a very personal day, as a reminder of the grief or the love lost. And so when we are grieving for love, that hurts, and that's sharp. And that is even where you want to love the person even more, to say, babe, I got you. I see you. I feel you. And I know you're hurting. Right. And so all of us have that deep desire. And if we can stand strong in that self-love and that healing, just with the reminder, God, Spirit, me, we got you, because we're not alone. And if the loved one is on the other side, they're always giving us their love, always.
There's many different portals of love. I think from the other side, that's some of the most purest love we can experience, because they're we've transcended. We just get what love is. We want to connect with you. We want to be with you. There's nothing else in the mix. Yes, we shared a past together. There was lessons learned, but right now I'm just present as a spirit, as a soul. I'm just present, and I'm sharing my love with you. And that is some of, I think, like I said, the purest love. The self-love is really important because I think like with the desire and the wants we have for other people sometimes, it's so intense that we cannot possibly be in our own energy. We are in the energy of, well, if I was together with them, or we're in their energy. And I love that. I'm reading the comments like Luke and, oh, where's
Hey,
Luke?
Luke!
Yeah,
Luke and
Luke.
Paul? Is it Luke and Paul?
I think so. It was
Hey, hey,
Luke and
hey!
I'm looking at, but they were talking about, or at least Luke was, um, he's at a restaurant and
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
he's lushing it up with champagne. He's like, pour this champagne and tiger prawns. That's
That's
self-love.
up. That's up.
That's
That's what's
self-love.
up. I'm
They're at
drinking
a,
coffee in my love cup right here. My hugs and kisses.
and he's like, hair, nails, and champagne girls. Like he's like,
Yes,
do it up for Valentine's Day, right?
I
Oh my
filed my
gosh.
nails. There you go. That's all natural.
Loving this side, another bottle of champagne.
Hey, hey, hey. That's how you turn it up in the UK. Turning it up. Well, over there it's later. So right now it's 9, 10 o'clock over there in the UK. So shout out to all those across the pond. Millie B, Ashley. I know you guys are in here. Thank you for showing up. I know also too, Tina. Hey, Tina, thank you for being here. Stacia, thank you for being here. I know that there was also a lady named Carol. I wanted to give Carol a shout out, and Tracy and Jackie. Look at our girl Jackie's in here. That's what's up. Lisa. Hey,
Hey,
Simon's in here too. Hey, I'm loving this. For those who are on my page, on my Transcend with Debbie, because we are on Kelly's network, put your name in the comments so we can say, what's up? Hey, Mike, happy Valentine's Day. As my dogs bark.
love. That's your what? Your
My
dog's heart?
my dogs were just barking like, woo.
They're giving,
Back it up. Woo.
they're giving a shout out right back. But Jackie, hello Jackie. She was like, self-love is so important for growth. I think that's a huge statement. Like a lot of people are like, well, self-love and I gotta take care of myself. But honestly, like when I am able to focus on self-love, I do grow. I do grow so much. The funny thing is, you can see the results on the outside. So a lot of people respond. So actually, opportunities go up and energy is actually a lot more easier to deal with on the external. It's funny, but
Yeah.
when I'm doing self-love in a way that necessarily can't be seen, that's still happening, but that's usually not as externally validated. But we live in a physical reality, it's so external. So the self-love, when it permeates out, we get really nice results. We do.
It's very true. Someone, for me, again, as I talk about self-love, I talk about how I lost my mom, right? And we're grieving, and when we're caring for someone and we're not caring for ourselves, we forget our needs. And it gets really, you can get to a place and you don't even get to that moment, and you look at yourself and you say, who are you? You really want to look at yourself. What is your purpose? What is your desires? What are your needs? How many of us really pause to say, what do I need today? We don't really do that. If you do, kudos to you, because I know for a long time, I was always like, let me go here. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to run here. I got to run there. And this year people say, Debbie, you look so different. You're so different. I'm not being selfish, but I'm taking time to be, what do I need today? And you get this empowerment that comes over you where nothing else matters but you. And you're just getting to that place of, for yourself, to build yourself back up. And I don't mean it in a selfish way again, because that sounds really harsh, but you do get to that place of really loving yourself. Every bit of you, the good, the bad, the stories, and taking care of yourself from a place of like, I see that. Let me take care of that. Let me strengthen that. Let me work on that. Let me figure that out. So you really are saying to you, you matter. Self-love is the biggest gift you can give yourself, because you want to be strong enough to have that energy anchored to hold space for whatever you're going to conquer that day. Nothing can teeter you or push you, because you're grounded and anchored into that beauty of self.
Yeah, I do think so. That's very important. A lot of us have self-love and self-care baked in certain departments, but we haven't, let's say, grown to the next thing that we need. Like, think about it within your life. Like, if someone disrespects you, you have a boundary point where you're like, no, it goes no further. And that's your self-love, self-respect,
Self-worth,
self-care.
self-worth,
Or
integrity.
integrity, or like if someone at work asks you to do something, you're like, again, this is just too much because you've been
Mhm.
keeping like the focus on me whenever you need something and you have your boundary. You're like, no, that. And so we need our understandings of this is what makes me my best. This is
Right,
what makes me able to actually give love back to you because I have some left over.
right. And I think, look, I said this again with one of the doctors that I interviewed, and I said, a lot of us want to change, and a lot of us want to feel better. We just don't know how. So the first thing for me was really making that intent. I need to feel better. I want to go into meditation. I loved the way it felt. I loved it was, when you first meditate, I don't know about any of you, but it hurts. Your body hurts. There's energy moving. It can hurt. And so I remember sitting there thinking meditation was going to feel so great. And oh my gosh, that was amazing. But really, your body hurts. Your energy field is moving and moving stuff that hasn't been touched. And nobody explains that to you, how spirit really comes in and really is moving stuff for you. And so it's uncomfortable. But if you can develop a routine, it's 21 days to change something you want, a behavior, a thought, a feeling. Give yourself an opportunity to keep notes of journaling where your feelings are. And this journey is not a perfect journey. This journey of self is messy. It can be ugly. It can be tearful. It could be, you could be crying. You could feel more unloved because all the things that are rising to the surface can be heavy. But what's beautiful about that is it is not inside you anymore. So you are working and it's moving and it's not buried deep. It's now to the surface so that it can ascend into a beautiful pink, blue light that Kelly has here. And the colors start to radiate as you're purging those emotions and thoughts. So be gentle. This is where you hear someone say, be gentle. Don't judge the situation. Cry if you must. Love yourself if you must. There's a lot that happens when we're looking at self. Get a team to hold you, to say, you got this.
Oh yeah, we got this. And I do think like within healing, whether it's meditation or spirit work or
Mm-hmm.
whatever we're doing, yeah, there's that period where the hurt does come up because things are being released. Like you want, if you have pain that comes up, and it shouldn't stay. Like it shouldn't stay longer than, maybe like couple hours, or if it's a really doozy, you can get into sometimes days with that. But it shouldn't stay because it's like about I've moved it and released it.
Right.
And that is a sign that you are changing because you're not holding on to that anymore. And I do think like when we fall in love or when we share love with a friend, like there's a transformation that happens that we can identify with really easy because we think, oh, I can understand love because love is meeting me right in the face through another, whether again a friend, a family member, or someone you actually like have a relationship with, and you go, I'm ready to be a new version of me. I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
let go of the past within this person. This person is exciting. They reinvigorate me. They give me like life, right? And we don't give that to ourselves through healing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
think about that. Like, we're reinvigorating our life force. We're moving out energy. We're saying, I'm a new person. And another person is usually the only way we get that invitation sometimes if we're not involved with self-evolvement, self-growth, and self-love. And that's
Right.
why it's so, so powerful.
I love that when we have a great friend that can hold space to bring that love to us. That's the gentleness. And that's what I found in April when not that I didn't have it, but when I really took a moment to just take a step back from everything, joining all the beautiful circles and Ashley runs a circle, meeting different people and feeling the energy just coming in and being in that was soothing my spirit. And, listening to other mediums, other spiritualists doing their thing, being in the energy and keeping it uplifted, that is love. There's a community of people that really do act out of kindness and really do see you for who you are. And the energy just moves so naturally on its own. So Kelly, you said that in such a beautiful way. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. I do think you're bringing up a lot of excellent points with like healing and how we are all in this together, So there's the love of the collective, there's the love of self. We're talking about self-love a lot, but there's so many different types of love. And I do think it's important to celebrate them, but also acknowledge sometimes we go, it's all there. It's just remember to come back to your power within love.
Right. Love is such a beautiful thing. It really is. There's this bliss that comes with it. There is a frequency and energy that comes with it. Like Jesse said, he had his first awakening with love. It was hard to understand that. When you connect with the energy and it intertwines, and we talked about this, and Ashley talked about that, the energy exchange, you're really giving permission for that person to, really ebb and flow with you as an individual. And so there's residue, there's debris, there's a lot that will still process through you as you're moving past your experiences, right? Some of them could be beautiful and loving, and some of them could be like, whoa, where did that come from? And then that desire to make it better, to correct. Also, sometimes I love what you said when we first started, that was no accident, starting with the blue and going into the sprinkles again, because we do all this work, all of us. But ultimately, it's the changes that we do for ourselves that actually create the ripple effect of transformation. So what you physically do, the steps that you take, are necessary to change the story of whatever we're replaying within our mind and our thoughts. And so as that connects, it changes and it comes into action with the emotions of the desire to grow. You get up, you're going, you're praying, you develop a routine, you're walking, you're moving, you're creating with new people, you're more active, you're involved in different things to help you feel better, whether you're going out to listen to some music or you're going out to hang with friends. You're no longer sitting in the old ways. And so we all have desires, but the action part is really the biggest ingredient after to create the transformation that you want. And it's baby steps. Be gentle and be kind, and sometimes they're happening and we don't even realize it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and transformation is a big deal. And a lot of times love and transformation go together. And then it's like, it makes its mark on you, that experience, that human experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think like at the end of the day, like it's all about connection, right? Like we're all connected, and love enhances our connection and our understanding. And like I kind of want to go to the comments too for a second too, because there's so many great comments. Like you kind of touched on what Jesse said, but I love it. I think this is a pretty powerful, again, um, expression, because we've been talking about it and it's what happens for many people. Just as I had my first spiritual awakening for the first time. When I fell in love, it was very hard for me to understand that at the time. And that is, I've read it in books, like, from spiritual teachers, and I hear it from people, just an experience. When you fall in love, it opens up your heart chakra. It opens up your heart chakra. And so you're going to be way more sensitive and way more connective to all the energies around you. And you're going to have experiences, and it probably opens up your other centers too, where you're just like, whoa, what is happening? And I never experienced life like this before. And it's not just because I think someone's attractive and they're wonderful, and
Mm-hmm.
there's other stuff happening.
I love that, but it's so true, right? And that's just the beauty of experiencing that deeper connection. Love wins always, I say.
love wins. So everybody, please stay in the vibration of love because life gets rocky.
Yeah, it does. Well, that's the reality of it. You know, love can hurt, and that's the grief of it. But there is a gentleness that comes with it. There's a kindness that comes with it, and I think, you know, like all of us, a lot of us here, we're all connecting to spirit, and for spirit to work with spirit, it's all beauty, it's all love. You know, really looking at it from the, if you ever look at your readings, it's always love. I love you, you know, I thank you. And there's gratitude that comes in that. So, yeah, I love what Zoe says. Soulmate connection is very intense. Isn't it
Yeah.
the truth, Zoe? And now you speaking twin flame or soulmates, like, you know, that energy is so intense. Once that awakens with you, holy smokes, you're awakened in a whole nother way.
Absolutely, absolutely. I really do think that like a twin flame connection is a type of soulmate. It just has
Mhm.
it's just different because twin flames usually don't stick around. They
Right.
they're there to inflame you.
Is that what it is? So they're just there to burn you up and say, "Keep going, girl. You got this."
They're there to light you up in all the ways. In
Eh,
all the ways.
so
They can
as that energy rises, Kelly, tell me, girl, tell me more about this energy, about how you know. Let's talk about this. Makes sense. Both emotional roller coaster.
makes
Yes.
sense with she's laughing and crying at the same time. That's very
What,
appropriate.
but that's exactly what happened. We laugh, we cry, all at the same time. Always.
Yes. Yes, yes. I think
Right.
they're made to kindle a
Yes.
fire, to
Zoe.
spark a fire. Yeah, and Zoe says sexual energy. Absolutely.
Right.
You know, they're made like life force is sexual energy. And,
Thank you,
you know,
Kelly.
yes, as we
Thank
mature
you.
into ourselves, as we would mature in our experience, we get in touch with our bodies. And a lot of times, sexual energy is not an energy that people have always had the best experiences with.
Right.
And when you get ignited from your soul, your relationship with sexual energy is going to be totally different.
But this is such a way to, again, going back to self, realizing that it's healthy to have that sexual energy. It's healthy to embody that because it is, you know, one of the highest frequencies of love that you could feel into that bliss connection, right? And I think some people, based on our experiences, where you did talk about it, if we didn't have a great experience with that energy, now we're looking at it and we're pushing it away. And so it's also saying, oh no, I don't like that. I don't understand that. So when that is happening, it's giving you an opportunity to revisit that too. It's like, let's bring that energy, let's welcome it, like just embrace that flow of ebb. Why would it be any different if we were able to feel the data of a read and we could feel the data of the sexual energy? It's energy, right?
It's all neutral and personal. It's all very
Yeah,
neutral and personal, and then you just tap into what applies to you. And I think, like, even people who have had good experiences with love and sex and things like that, you come into this world and you are given belief systems of how
exactly.
love and sex should be. And when your soul gets ignited through a soul connection, a lot of times people have the twin flame to help spark open the reality of what a soul connection means to them and what their soul means to them and what energy sensitivity means. That's when you go, this is what love is to me, this is what sex is to me.
Right. And I think, like Zoe says, it's really strong times 10. I agree, Zoe. Some people have a hard time finding their soulmate. And I think now, if you had that awakening and you've experienced it to that level, right? Now you're looking for something to match that. What happens, Kelly, when you have that awakening and you've experienced that twin flame and that person hasn't connected to them? You know, you now you're healing in another way and you're embracing the love in a different way, right? So,
Yeah, love comes in many different forms and in many
right,
different ways. So it's like and I think that's like the tricky thing about the twin flame connection, because we're talking about twin flame the most because it's like it's the most erratic. When you
Right.
have a stable soulmate connection, and we will have those within our lives because that sets the grounds for, oh, you're gonna be in my life for more than a year. You're gonna be in my life for more than 2 years. Like, you're supposed to be a mate on my journey. But the twin flame soulmate connection, that is very spontaneous. It doesn't have normal rules to it, and it's supposed to crack you open. And how can we cracked open if we predictably saw love coming to us in a certain way? No,
I,
that's not how it works.
right. I think that's the whole mystery of it. It's very unexplained when you're going through an awakening of the twin flame. There is a lot of things that can happen to a person when they're working through that. And the some can even go into the dark night of the soul after coming out of that. So there's a lot of heavy emotions of feeling the rejection of the pull and the connection and not connecting. And so, this is where you stand strong and you love yourself even more, and you continue to take care of yourself. And so the desires and the changes shift to you. That same awakening, that same fire, embody that for yourself, most definitely. And shift it. Be the alchemy, the alchemist for yourself, and use that fire, the gift that they gave you, to work through whatever you're working through that comes to the surface in that moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So someone's asking, like, okay, is a twin flame / soulmate a lover? How would I know when I met them? And then someone also, I should put this up. And then someone as well is, so that's Millie. And then I am spiritual saying yes, twin flame is tough. Oh, yes. There was another comment. I'm not pulling up the right comment, but that is true. That needed to be on the screen. I am spiritual, so thank you. Oh, there it is. That's right. I wanted another comment from her. She says, so many different types of soulmates. My girlfriends are soulmates, my kids, my
Mm-hmm.
animals. So
Mm-hmm.
how would you break it down in your experience, like the different soul connections?
To be very honest, I had a client that did have, not a client, but I had a friend like that does have that connection to everything that's alive is a soul, right? Everything living has energy. So whatever your spirit is awakening to, and that's calling to you, it's personal. It's your own experience. It's your own journey, and whatever you're awakening to, your spirit's gonna know. Like, oh my gosh, this is so intense, and the energy is gonna flow to you in a way that you just can't stop that love connection or that love flow, right? People do have them with animals. I do know someone that has them with their animals, that love twin flame connection with one of them. They thought it was a reincarnation of a soul. And so I do know people that have had that. I do know people that have it for themselves. And I think some of us here, when you look at a soul, right, some of us are teachers that come in to help us to learn, to teach us, or we're experiencing, like they're coming into your life for temporary reasons, right? And so you may not understand it, which is why we get people that come in and out of our lives and leave us at the moments right when we're supposed to have them. So there's no accident when someone does come to your life in that moment. For me, I know that I've had the opportunity to have different people cross my path in different layers, different events that I needed that igniting. And so every time they came in, it was a gift. They gave me a gift to reevaluate myself and to reignite what I was losing within myself. So you'll know when there's a soul connection and it touches your heart and you're feeling into the energies, your spirit's going, trust me, you'll know. The twin flame is a very different type of energy versus a soulmate. Twin flame is just, it's like you're threaded, you're weaved into the energy. What they think of, that telepathic connection, you can feel into them, they can feel into you. There's a difference in the ebb and flow. You can kind of feel what they're doing. They know what you're doing. There's always this kind of like, the movie that I want to give you is with Will Smith and, oh my gosh, I can't even think about it now. But there is with Charlize Theron, where he has to literally separate.
I know what you're talking about. Dang it. Yeah. It's the superhero. They're both superheroes.
Right. They're both superheroes, and she's like awesome, and he's awesome. But the more
Hancock.
Hancock, he was like her kryptonite. So every time he got close to her, he would get sick. And so for her, she just cried because she loved him so much, but she knew she couldn't be with him because of the talks, her getting ill, and she would lose her superpowers as they got close. But there are many movies out there that give a great explanation. Your heart will know when you have that connection. Your spirit knows, like, oh man, can't stop thinking. It's in my channel. It's there. I feel them. They feel me. And it's a beautiful process. If you can look at it with a gentle set of eyes, then no judgment. And you got to really let the energy just unravel with love and grace, just like in any healing journey that you're in. All of it requires gentleness.
Gentleness is really important. It really is. There's also a podcast that we did for Transcend with Debbie, and we talked all about soulmates, and we really went into some definitions and had a really good talk on it. So I think that breaks it down on another level. If anyone's curious, so check out Transcend with Debbie's podcast, and it's the most recent podcast, I think.
Yeah,
I love like some people are talking about so Jessie Cat was like, some people have a hard time finding their soulmate. Yeah, like there's a lot that goes into it. Sometimes we're supposed to have soul contracts with multiple people. Sometimes the soul contract we have within a person, we're only supposed to go so far with them. And it's not just our journey. We're connecting our journeys with other people. So again, with free will, you never really know what's going to happen. And two people have to be in it, I believe, like 100% saying, yeah, I'm going to remain here, or it's time to really start to slowly let go or let go.
Right. Let go, let God, surrender. So Kelly, you started us off like perfect. Change, surrendering, like all these words were, I mean, you must be psychic, friend, because the topic was like so on point, right? But really, you can also start the journey of self-love and welcome love, right? The intention. So many of you say you haven't found your soulmate. So make an intent, spirit, bring in my soulmate. I'm ready. Welcome love. Look at how you're embodying love, right? Your energy, how it radiates love. There are some switch words, switch codes that you can do to activate into your energy field. Self-love. Here's a code that I put today is 9925881 to activate love in your auric field, right? Frequency music 528, love. Start working with that heart chakra, rose quartz, really working on that high heart, manifesting love. Yes, Mike, this is what we're saying. Now you're really, attention goes where your energy goes where the intention goes, right? So now you're going to make it a mission to welcome your soulmate, to welcome, that opportunity of unfoldment. And so for me, like I put it in my coffee, love, attune your drinks, your food to the frequency music of love. Really start to embody that energy. You're giving yourself permission to focus on yourself and what your desires or needs are. And that goes back to, what do I need today?
Yeah. You have to just be in the present, I think, ultimately to be in your power. And you might find yourself being in the past, like with whether it's love or whatever anxiety or emotion is coming up, but we have to get back to the present moment. And not everyone's going to have the same experiences with energetic connection. And sometimes twin flame connection isn't love.
Right.
Completely, there's truth in it, so love does get sparked, definitely. But it takes us back to our authenticity. So if you're ready for love within your life, and again, you don't have to have a twin flame experience, but if you're ready for love within your life, I think like you have to be okay with being vulnerable, and you have to say, I'm ready for someone to see me exactly how I am. and I'm ready to hold strong with saying, this is who I am and this is what I need. And you will have very transcendental and transformative experiences if you're ready to be vulnerable on that level with another person. And you're saying, I invoke and I allow another person to come to me to help me experience this next part of myself.
I agree. And that's going back to you answered what I was going to say, right? That's where I have gone wrong. Alison Moody says, and as a reader, as a psychic, feeling into the energy of other people, because I have heard people energetically say this, right? I don't want to be married ever again, or I don't want love. I got this by myself. So what are you telling the universe? You're telling the universe, I don't need nobody. I can do this all by myself. So why will they bring you love if you're giving the echo or the vibration or frequency of not needing somebody? So that's like you also changing your words, because words are spells, and you place the spell on yourself saying, I don't need love, I'm good. You just told the universe, I don't need none of that, I'm straight. So yes, love has hurt you. Now this is where you're revisiting your contracts and your agreements to the universe, and you say, I am open to love in all directions. I welcome love. And so really I embody love. Come on in, love. Let's go. So change the way of the vibration and frequency of how you've placed that limitation on yourself.
Yeah, and I love what Millie says. You do get back what you put out. You really do. And sometimes the twin flame connection or the soulmate connection, unfortunately, like you bring a person in who has built a wall around themselves. And you have to honor that. You have to say, this is the reality you want. This is the reality that makes you feel most comfortable. And I cannot change what you bring in. And so we came together for a reason, but I have to continue on my way and be authentic to me to find people who are open and will be receptive with the love that I give them and give to you.
Right. That's the surrendering to the love. Yeah. So you may have the love, but the other person also has to be willing to receive it. And that's where you also want to evaluate how much time you want to put in to the stories and the situations of past love or new love. And so now this is going back to, what are you worthy of? And going back to where you will draw a line for yourself to say what you're willing to invite and to have, what you're willing to work with. I think a lot of us do that ebb and flow in the dance of love in many layers and facets of challenges, but there's also beauty in that if you can let yourself feel into it. So what a way to start a conversation today, Kelly. You never know what we're going to say when we're together.
I love it. I mean, it's needed. I mean, on Valentine's Day, it's needed. Whether you're celebrating Palentine's Day, Galentine's Day, with your friends, girls, or with your lover. However, like, this is a talk about love, and love is just, it comes in all forms. Whether we think sometimes it's misery or the greatest ecstasy we've ever experienced, it comes in all forms and it's there to transform. Boom. Okay.
Boom. So, wait, drop the mic. Drop the mic, girl. Boom. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we did it at the same time. That's awesome. We were getting the link, the vibe. I love it.
It's the vibe for me.
It's the vibe, exactly. Are you ready to do a couple of readings?
Let's go, girl. I'm down to do whatever. I'm here. Whoever's here still, who's continued on the conversation with us, let's go. Boom, boom, as Alison Moody says. I used to say, let's glow.
Let's glow. Oh, I love that. Let's glow. Let's glow. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, there's so many beautiful comments. Wherever you want to go, we're opening up the space for readings now. I know some people are asking for readings at the beginning, and we were talking. So if you're still with us, let us know if you still want that reading, and we're going to be going wherever we feel the connection. And so psychic mediumship might come up, card readings, just psychically tuning in. That's how we work. If you would like a specific kind of connection, please let us know. Sometimes people say, I want numerology, or I want cards, or I want a spirit connection. So let us know. We both have our specialties, and that's how we will connect with you. Is there anything you'd like to say with that, Debbie, before we begin?
No, like for those who are following on my page, because we are a guest on Kelly's page, please put your name in the comments and ask. Spirit is where we connect to spirit world, and a card, you can put card. So if you want spirit, say spirit, and if you want a card, ask for a card, and put your name in. And that way I know more or less where I'm going with you. And by you putting that in, you're giving us permission to work with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and if you want numerology, please pop down your birth date, or if you want cards or psychic, Debbie leads the mediumship and I lead the numerology, and then we kind of just do whatever in between. So just let us know what you're vibing, okay?
What's the vibe for me? What's the vibe for me? Hey, hey, hey. Okay, you want to start it off, baby girl?
All right. Let's go and start it off. Let's see. I'm just kind of feeling into where I want to go. I love some of the comments. They're great. They're great. All right. So I'm gonna go with Brandy. Spirit or a card. Let's open up with a card, and then we'll see if we can go to spirit. How about that?
Sounds good to me. She caught my attention too, so I'm glad you picked her, because I was drawn to her also.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's go.
All right. I'm pulling some cards. Ultimately, okay. So what I'm getting for Brandy, definitely, I'm pulling a bunch of different cards. So I got like the Master Your Own Fate card, the Tearing Apart card, Trusting Yourself, the Overwhelmed and Drowning card. So it's very much like you're in a space where you have stepped up. Okay, so this is the biggest card that we're working with, the Master Your Own Fate card. And you have stepped up where you're saying, I am willing to take this on another level. You're already, I feel like, a very responsible person that kind of meets life head on. But you've been rocked. We're all rocked, right? We can't be strong all the time. And basically, you know what you have to do, and you're getting stressed out because you don't want to let go completely, and also you're not fully trusting your gut for the next like level. And this like really goes into themes of like relationship and also career. And sometimes like the way that our career blossoms is how we kind of let go of energies around us. So we go, I can focus on this in a different way. Like now I have my power back, and I can see this a little bit more clearly because I'm putting all this effort in. And if another person was on the same level as me, I wouldn't be holding this afloat, or I wouldn't be grieving this solely. Okay. So it's about letting go the power dynamics of a relationship and letting it be what it needs to be to get your power back and to focus on the things that you need to focus on, and just trust yourself. You're already doing the right things, and it's not selfish. So that's what I'm going to repeat to you. You're already doing the right things, and it's not selfish. Okay. I hope you can understand that, Brandy. Okay. So get back into your own energy. I hope you can understand that.
Oh, so Brandy, thank you. I think she put spirit too, right? Did she put spirit as well?
Yeah, she put card and spirit, I think.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going up to where she was. Yeah, she did.
Okay. So I love what you're saying to her. I got 3 cards, and for the first card I got was Love Beyond Death. So Love Beyond Death. And then the next card I got was Blessing Your Journey. So love, your journey of love, right? And Soothing the Mind and Spirit. So it really aligns with what you're saying, Kelly. You know, she's working through love. It's like really being gentle with the energy. But as you were speaking, I definitely found a gentleman that stepped forward that felt very much like a father. And as I feel into this energy, he's the one that's pushing you to step out of your comfort zone. And so if you're afraid to love again, or you're afraid to step into love, it's like you're very business, you're very, and I know, I see your, I don't even know what your background is here, but you got a whole list of different things that you do. But I feel like business, work, like I want to give you time for love. I want to give you an opportunity to express your love. But I also feel like conversation, phone calls, I feel like, you know, there's this opportunity or a connection here of communication. You're very intuitive, and I feel that spirit talks to you. And so that as they acknowledge this, I feel like you've already got the message that it's time for love as well. If you would understand this, Brandy, as I work with you. Flowers have been given to you as a gift or a token of love from spirit. And I just feel like keep that heart open. Don't push it, you know, don't push it, don't close it. As I look down, I get another card, which has the heart. And it's also about ease and grace, right? So as you're working through the love, as you're expressing and feeling into it, give yourself grace as well, Brandy. If you would understand this, that would be great. If you're still here, the yeses and nos. When I feel this gentleman, and now I want to bring closer validation for you with this gentleman, I feel like he either would have had some issues with the lungs. I'm clearing up my throat here. I feel it's very hard for him to express his feelings or his thoughts. I feel like this is someone either you were dating or connected to. Also, so he's acknowledging you dating someone that would have an issue speaking. If you would understand this, Brandy, there is this feeling of not being able to express the way he really feels. And I feel like there's this empathy where either you haven't gotten the I'm sorry, but I want to give you I'm sorry. And so that's what I feel. As this gentleman feels very much like a father. Keep going. Don't stop. Love is there, and he's got your back. So great job, Kelly, as the cards kind of align exactly.
Here you go.
Yeah. As your cards aligned with her, like she's like, oh my God, yes. Okay, perfect. So I know that you're emotional right now because they tell me that this has got you a bit emotional, and that's the power of the connection to spirit world, validating your own connection. You have heard, you have felt, and you know. So me just validating is just expressing what you've already been feeling and working through. So I leave you with his love. I leave you with the love of spirit, and I just thank you for letting us hold space for you just for this brief moment. Happy Valentine's Day, beautiful soul. God bless.
She says, thank you, ladies. And like before, I have to say something too, before you even kind of brought up that card and talked about like love and grace, like ease and grace. That's what you talked about. So I was getting from the gentleman that you were bringing in, like he was talking about like life, like I worked hard and life was hard sometimes and I embraced that, but he embraced it in a way where it felt like ease. Like he liked the fact that it was a little rough and tough. He liked the fact that like it gave him pride that he had to work hard. So it was like what appeared difficult on the outside was actually very flowing because he was living life and he felt very like exalted through his experience. So he had like grace in it. And so it's basically like he doesn't want to transfer it on her to think that hard work and suffering means that she's pushing herself and making a great life. He's like, it actually felt really good on the inside. And that was my grace. So it's like, find your grace. Do not struggle. Just find what is your flow. It's a different experience for you. And it's going to look different on the outside for you than it did for him. So
how beautiful.
Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, girl. And I know the month of May is also very significant too. Birthday celebration. October comes in. Girl, we can go on. You are so bang on. You're speaking to my grandfather. I love it. Woo! And so it's like,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Celebrate,
can
baby.
You understand he was a shorter man too, Brandy? Can you understand he was a shorter man? He's just giving you love from the spirit world. Okay. All right. Let's see. Brandy. We'll move on. I don't know if she heard that last thing, but if you can understand that, let us know. And then it's your turn to pick. It's your turn to pick.
Okay. So Donna, do you want a card? Let's start with the card and then we'll see where in spirit. Okay, so we'll start with the card for you, Donna. And the first card I get, gotta put my fancy glasses on. I don't even know why I take them off. We're clearing the space, right? As you are the awakened healer. And again, the ease and grace. So, but when I feel the clearing the space, it feels like to me a little bit of a loss or a little bit of heartache. Yeah, see, there's emotional comfort that comes in. And so with the emotional comfort, there is a recovering into grace and honoring the worth and the mother healing. So there's a lot of healing that comes around you at this moment. And so as I feel into this, I wanted to go to a gentleman in spirit, but then I also have a mother in spirit that steps forward as well. So I want to work with two spirits here with you. As mother comes in stronger, I know that a butterfly is very significant for you as you have been going through a transformation. If you would understand this, Donna, the yes and the no's and I don't know. She does take me to the chest, so I do feel that in my presence there's something here with the heart as well. So I know that this is something significant to her and also the stomach. She makes me feel a little bit nauseated is the sense that I get with her. So there was something about her stomach having uneasiness. So there's somebody that I have to acknowledge that would have had a little bit of nausea. Yes, you understand this. I do feel that sometimes we could feel as if we don't know what we're doing, but I feel like she's coming in to say you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. You're showing up for yourself. You're doing what you can. You're taking it day by day. Nobody knows your journey. Your journey has been a private one, but also one that's been very personal. And she understands how the ebb and the flow of the ups and downs, how hard it was for you. There is a gentleman that steps forward. Either you did not get to say goodbye to, or you were, there's something about not being able to be there. Would you understand this, Donna? And there is also this empathy of like, you wish you could have done more. And there's feeling of just saying you did everything that you could have. There's a lot of love that comes in as well for you with this. As I feel into this, he's also someone that supports you. I feel like I would have dressed really nice. I would have had a great suit. I would have been a businessman. I feel like this gentleman would have known how to handle himself. So I know that what you're going through, this is a person that would have managed your care or would have also taken care of things for you. So it's very much like a fish out of water. And so you're working through a whole new way of doing things for self, if you would understand this, Donna. I don't know in her picture, is that a dog in the picture? Because all of a sudden I just want to acknowledge the dog. Is it a dog? Yes.
Yeah, that's a dog.
I also have to acknowledge this dog as a comfort or like a spiritual dog that's coming in to give you comfort. I feel like I'm sitting on your legs. I feel like there's a picture either drawn of him or a portrait of him is what he makes me feel. This dog is very proud to be part of your life. I do get the sense that either by the fireplace there's a picture of him or there's a connection to him by the fireplace. I know that his bedding would have been right next to there, next to a recliner. As this gentleman would have sat in this recliner, he's making me feel that the dog was also a comfort to him as I sat there as well. So I know that this person is taking me to your home, as I feel like flowers would have been a gift or a token of love to you in honor of Valentine's Day. So I have to acknowledge either flowers on the table or wanting to have flowers for you on the table. He also gives me the butterflies as well. So I know the butterflies are very significant. I also know that the July 4th is very significant as fireworks, as he takes me to a memory where you would have held his hand and you're looking out the water and you're watching the fireworks as well. I know the month of January is also very significant, as this is the time where you would have either paused or had a memory with him, because I feel his presence with you also for the month of January. As I feel into his essence, he takes me to the moment of that breath, as you were able to hold space for him as he worked through his ascending. You gave him grace. You gave him ease. And most importantly, you gave him love. He knows that you were by his side, and I feel that that's very important, because either he was unaware, like unable to express at one point, but your presence was felt. As I wear red, there's a significant color to the red. As I see, there's a connection to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and I see a blessing that steps forward with that anointment of holy water, some type of blessing here that was given. As I see the bed, I feel like I'm in my room, and he says, I feel that your presence comes in and you tuck him in. As the sheets were clean and this presence of memory that steps forward, you were always by my side. Don't be so hard on yourself. I know it was not easy for you to say goodbye, but he just thanks you for you being by his side. Nobody could have taken care of him the way that you did. And because of that, you will always have been his only one true love, only love. Thank you for the love shared, the memory shared, the family, the good times, the laughter. As he wipes your tears, says, no more crying. I want to give you I Love Lucy or watch some movies and stuff like that. And I just feel like, chocolates and eating by yourself some chocolates. And as I feel like he's showing me you working with the plants or working with the plants in the home. He's very present with you, Donna, if all this makes sense, the yes and the no's, and I don't know. I know that the energy came in very close. And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for loving me, is what he says. And so I leave you with his love, your mother's love, and I thank you so kindly for just letting me hold space for you just for that brief moment.
Okay. You got a lot of yeses, and she understands. That's beautiful. If there's something specific, Donna, you wanted to share about what you understood with Debbie's reading, just let us know. Like from my end of things, I was tuning into definitely the first spirit that she brought up, and it was like your mom, or it's a female connection, and she was talking about like the stomach issues, but I felt like there was a lot of like things just within the lungs, within the breath. So it was like coughing, it was like smoker, like like my voice is getting raspy. Like so I just feel like I had a numerous amount of health issues, and it was something that really like immobilized who I was a lot within life, but I always had help with other people to help me get stuff done, and it created a mixture of gratitude but also a lot of frustration. So it's like there's an apology for all like the frustration and the high emotions. um and she's just talking about like I handled it kind of like one day at a time, sometimes not always my best, but I handled it one day at a time, and you can get by one day at a time. Just know that if I could do it at times, you could do it, and I had a lot more limitations than you have. So like really hang in there. I know sometimes you don't feel strong, but you are trusting yourself more, and sometimes things are topsy-turvy with family, and she knows like and really sees that. You would understand that on multiple levels, but ultimately things are getting better, and do not like give your energy away to people who are not respecting us. We're talking about a lot of like self-love on this broadcast, right? And this is coming in like with family a lot, like put down boundaries with family, let them know you love them, and with friends too. But it's just like you're coming into trusting yourself and to continue to feel strong emotionally and physically for your health. You're gonna need to do these things. And mom, I feel like this is mom. Like she didn't have those boundaries, and that really complicated a lot of things and gave her so many instabilities. So she's just saying, do it better. Do it better from the health standpoint and the emotional standpoint. Like you can change things and do things differently. And I hope you understand that. And so I'm gonna give that to you.
Beautiful read.
And she says, that's cool. I don't know which part was exact, but thank you. And lots of, if you want to add anything, Debbie, that's great. Or if
No,
you
girl, I think
or I can, or
no, that was beautiful.
thank you, Stacia. Thank you, Ashley. Okay. So let's choose another person. And thank you for helping me to bring her in, Debbie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You brought in so many people. You brought in so many people. She's amazing. She's just like, I see this person, I see that person. I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going?
That's spirit world, girl. That's spirit world.
That's a spirit world for you. Okay. I want to go to I think it's like Ashley, didn't you ask for a reading? I'm just making sure you did. I think you asked for a reading up top, and you're talking to us right now. Oh, yeah, you asked for a spirit reading. Okay. You asked for spirit. Okay. Debbie, do you want to open girl spirit?
Sure.
I'm gonna open up and then
Okay.
I'll jump in.
Most definitely. So, Ashley, if you're here, if I may work with you, I do know that I have a father that presents himself, a gentleman. I feel like with him, I'm in the belly area with him. So it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm so full. Like I definitely feel like this gentleman would have loved a great dinner. I feel like you are someone who's amazing in the kitchen. I feel like you're cleaning up your kitchen and he's just acknowledging you at this moment. If you would understand this, Ashley, I do feel he was a gentleman that liked to look good because I feel like I'm like being extra suave with me. Like, so either he loved a good flirt because I feel like he's got a great personality with him. Like, all right, let's do this. If you would understand this. I also, yes, I do. I did. He did. I do understand. Thank you. So I know that you have multiple people on the other side because I not only feel this gentleman like a father, but I also feel like an uncle is being acknowledged. I know that the name Sam comes in. I do feel as I connect to this person, it's like they're also pushing you out of your comfort zone. I don't know if you've done platform, but I feel like I want to put you in platform. I feel like I want to give you more of a bigger in-person setting. And I feel like you've been either preparing for this. And I just want to say, babe, go do it. Like, let's go, girl. Like, let's put you out there. I know you do things online, but I really want to put you in person if you would understand what your angel team has asked for. I feel like 2 days ago, you got a message where they're like, okay, take care of yourself, things that needed to be addressed. And so kind of sit with that and see how that makes you feel if you would understand that. Yeah, see, there you go. Never done platform. I didn't think so because they're pushing you to do this. And so please know that transformation is there. And I know that you've done your Zoomies, but this is in person. Spirit is saying, take the in-person stuff, friend. Full on transformation. Butterflies are coming in. I know the color turquoise and the blue is coming in for you. So that's very powerful as a teacher, a leader, communication. You're really in your power. You're really in your truth. There's a lot of protection. There's a lot of healing. I feel there's also an uncle that's on the other side that comes through that makes me feel that they were connected to the military. They would have been at service as well. And he's also saying, come on, girl, you got this. You have a lot of men on the other side. I feel like 1, 2, 3 people that are coming in. And if you would understand the name Chris or Christopher as well, because Chris or Christopher is also coming in. And he's saying, come on, girl, keep going if you would understand this. So it's like, I don't know if you've been pausing or you've been taking a break, but they are really pushing you to step you out and push you out of your comfort zone. Again, transformation. There's the butterflies. So butterflies either you saw on your car 2 or 3 days ago because they're making me feel outside. I have to talk about the butterflies outside. They show me the tree in front of your yard and they're showing me either a squirrel went up the tree. So I have to acknowledge how you're really paying attention to the spirit animals or to the animals. So if you haven't started communication with spirit animals, like I want to bring that to you. As your father brings forward a bluebird, I know that the bluebird is also very significant for you as well. I do know that he would have either needed some type of procedure or some type of medical procedure done, and he's like, he couldn't do it. And there was some things of back and forth, misunderstandings, things like that. If you would understand this, is what he's saying to me. And I just feel like you guys did the right thing. So I feel like I want to just say, hey, thank you for doing that right at the moment. There was no wrong in this choice or decision. If you would understand this, Ashley, as he takes me also down to my leg, like there was trouble walking at some point. I'm going to the lungs again. And so he had water build up in his lungs or there's some fluid buildups in his lung. And it was kind of difficult where he would either needed oxygen. And that's not how he wants to be remembered. Obviously, he started as a little flirt, like, hey, what's up? And I feel like he would have liked to wear a good hat. And I feel like if I would have played a good poker game, I'm sitting there and playing poker, you know? And so he's just definitely a gentleman, but he also had that style, like very suave, very cool. He thought he was a cool cat. And that at some point, like if I couldn't walk, I needed a cane, but I didn't want to use my cane. So that's just his personality. Like he's showing me he can dance, he can get down, if you would understand this, because you also have a beautiful dance of father and daughter. And so also now as my voice changes, he had a spirit of one, his legs, and dad, oxygen near, yes, I'm so sorry. And so there's a beautiful dance that he's taking me to where you're on a stage and you're speaking to people as you connect and you teach. He is definitely working with you from spirit world. I know I hear the name Walter as well. So I know the name Walter is also significant. The name Anne is also significant. And I don't know if you know a Sally, but Sally is also being brought forward as well. You have an Aunt Frances. There's some type of connection to Frances as well as these people. You must have quite a bit of different people on the other side. I want to acknowledge the little ones as well. So there's kids there that are also grieving or that are connection here to grief that I have to acknowledge. As they acknowledge your students and they acknowledge the work that you do, there is a pride and honor and respect for Spirit World because you have spoken your truth, you have taken your time, and most importantly, you love. And so Spirit World is saying thank you to you, Ashley, for the work that you do. A huge angel steps behind you in honor, respect, and protection. So please know that they are heavily around you because you've asked them to come. Thank you so kindly. I will take the names, but unsure at the moment. Yes, I can take the little ones, and yes, I teach. Yes. So let's go to Sally. Let's break it down. If I were to go to Sally, I feel like this is an aunt's friend. So I feel like you have an aunt, and I feel like these aunts are connected to you. So I feel like they're connected to a family member on your dad's side of the family. So if you're going to be pulling out the tree, I definitely want to acknowledge the tree here. Either you've done some ancestral work, and I feel like their names are going to be on this ancestral. I don't know if you have a connection to Scotland, but they're giving me the connection to Scotland as well. And this is where they're taking me back to the memories of these names. So please know that these names that were brought forward are connected to dad's side of the family. And so look up the name Alice as well.
Yeah, there's definitely like a UK connection, like on.
Oh, she's from UK. Side. Yeah.
She is. Oh, there. I don't know. There you go. Because I see like the brothers, like kind of like all getting together, like going to like the pub, their arms around each other, and I feel like they're it's just it feels like that's like within the culture of the family, or that was passed on. So that makes sense that they live in the UK. Okay. All right. So interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alice.
I will. Alice is in my middle name, and Alice is my nun. That's great. If you can understand, again, I'm making sure I remember like the little pings I was getting. Can you understand like the name Billy Ashley? Okay, so when she was spouting out names, like I heard the name like Billy, and that is connected to like the family and how the family is like acknowledging somebody who's still here. I believe. If you can't, great. If you can, great. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I was seeing is I do definitely think that and Defi got Uncle Bill on Earth. Okay, they were acknowledging. Okay, thank you, someone who was here on Earth. Thank you, and Debbie brought up that there was like some mediumship ability. And I was like pulling cards and feeling into the energy. And I really do think you do have mediumship ability. I don't know how much you've unlocked that or looked into that. I know that you have interest in it because clearly you're here. But you do definitely have that within your ability. And I just like want to acknowledge like sometimes like at school, if you can remember, like in third grade, like around that time, like you knew something was going to happen, like you just had like a premonition or a feeling, and it happened, and you're just like, how do I know that? And I feel like there's just been various times where you've given friends advice, or you're just like, oh, I don't know about this, and you really like kind of trusted your gut, so you get like these intense feelings sometimes, and just kind of like track that back. You said I love mediumship, I feel things, and yes, I've had premonitions and dreams. Okay, all right. So you're already in touch with this. All right, I don't have to drag it out too much. Okay, gut, definitely I trust. Good. So I'm just saying, like, it's more of a part of you if you want it to be. Like, you could actually go and do readings in platform if you really wanted to, because you have that sensitivity really naturally, and it's just like a part of you, like since birth. So I do feel like this exists somewhere else in your family tree. I'm not exactly sure who, because I feel like it's not prominent within your family members, if you can understand that. But like, I feel like this exists somewhere else beyond you. And like, if you can understand within your family, like your family has always said, like, oh, like you have a purity or you have a kindness to you. So there's this energy that people have really, even in your family, have like revered and like try to nurture within you, because they understand like how sensitive and kind you are. And so you have a lot of abilities to heal too. Okay, you can
Right.
understand this. Thank you. And like right now, I got a lot of cards around how like the energy is really good. Just watch out, like don't push yourself too much. There's a lot of things opening up within your confidence. You've been better about your intention, or you've been meditating more, because there's a lot of cards that are showing that you are much more in control on how you do things, and you're more calm with how you do things, and you're trusting yourself on a new level. And things within family are very supportive and going well. And so ultimately you have all these things going well. So you're wondering sometimes, well, then why am I not manifesting? And it's just like, hey, this is the time to heal. And this is the time to get strong. It's not the time for abracadabra. It's happening right now. So just be patient and know that things are building up, and just continue to get strong. But it is time for a new hobby. It is time to continue to change things up and meet new people and grow more. So this is a time of change, and you already acknowledge transformation. And the more you want to work with mediumship, I'm telling you, you have a natural place for it. So you said, yes, I'm getting better in time. And absolutely. Okay. So hopefully you can understand those things. And the last thing I'll say, because there was so much when you were talking, I was picking up so much. So I was like, how do I condense it all again? There was a lot of love on her father's side, a lot of men stepping forward for her. I really did feel that. And I feel like there are brothers in heaven. There's acknowledgement of one still here. But it's a very tight knit and protective family. And they're protective over who is coming to you. So this is Valentine's Day, right? They're very protective over who is dating and who's in your energy and stuff like that. So you are always protective. If weird things happen and things don't connect, it's because you got a lot of men in your family watching over you and protecting you. Okay, so you can understand that too, Ashley.
Right. And you know what's crazy? While you were talking, I know that we've been going on and on, but Ashley, love, I don't know what your marital status is, but I want to bring you love. All these men come in. It's like, I feel like you went through something very, with relationship. And I just want to say, babe, you deserve love. Love is there. Like, I want to invite that love to you. And I feel like, you either pause and it is like not necessarily needed, but I want to give it to you. It's like, you're okay. You're a strong woman. And I know you can do things on your own, as Kelly said, but I just want to bring you that extra love, if you would understand this. And so please know that the men here also are bringing that to you. So embrace that love. This is like love for romance, like not just love for, not love of marriage, of family, love of romance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is coming in for you, baby. That's coming in for you strong. Yeah,
they're protecting you. They're making sure you're being treated right. Whether it's in that short-term or long-term sense, that's definitely an aspect. Okay. All right. So do you want to do one more?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sure. Let's go. You want to do some rapid reads? Do you want to do one? I do one?
Yeah, let's do a couple of rapid reads. Okay, you go. Okay. I'll go or you go.
Who's still here? Rapid read cards. Who's here? Say I'm here. Let me know. Open. Like
Jennifer's here. Sam is here. Let's see.
Hey,
Stacia. Let's see who's here.
Jackie, you've been a trip, Jackie.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, they're coming in hot. Okay. Let's start. So you know what I do when I do my rapid reads? I'm going to do like 3 of them. Boom, 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 real quick. Okay, Kelly? And then I'm going to just kind of like boom, boom, boom. And then you go and then I'll go boom, boom, boom. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not ready.
Ashley's giving love really quick. So if you're not ready, that's good, because Ashley says, amazing. Thank you so much. No wonder there's a crazy amount, as so much is happening right now. Thank you, Debbie and Kelly. Bless you both. Thank you for all your love. Thank you, Ashley, for the feedback.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. That's so cool. So I'm going to go back up and I'm going to come up on the comments. There's Ashley. So Jackie Campbell, you've been waiting here. Beautiful read. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. I'm going to put my fancy glasses on because I'm going to do some some rapid reads here. And the way I work is yes, no's, I don't know, as quickly as you can, so the energy can be exchanged. For anybody who's seen me do this, I kind of just go boom, 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 and then I'll pass it to Callie. So I'm going to start from the top, and we're going to start with Jackie Campbell. Jackie Campbell, unique well-being. You know, when I tap into this, a woman steps forward from the other side, feels very motherly. I feel like there's this nourishing side of you that they're just giving you this extra comfort, gentle love. Butterflies are also the theme tonight, but I also feel with you, there's a lot of color. So a lot of healing is coming to you, Jackie, at this time. I feel that there's something within yourself that you are ready to do work like Kelly and I don't know if you are doing this or if you're doing this now, but I just want to say there's this healing energy around you. As I look at this heart down below, I just feel like a mother is supporting you, grandmother on father's side. As she steps forward, I feel like you could smell her perfume. I feel she has a dresser with her perfume on the side, and there's a mirror that's there, bathroom's there, and you're getting ready, and you're like, how do I do this? How do I get my day started? I want to really implement the intention to do your mediumship or to do your readings. And so Spirit is with you as you process these thoughts, and they're like showing me you're getting ready, you're getting dressed, and I feel like the essence of spirit world is all around you. I feel hummingbirds. I feel like you're connected to, like, when you get in the car, the music's going. I feel like Spirit's driving with you in the car. Feels very much like a friend or a sister also that you have is being acknowledged. And I just feel like coffee time for self, all of that is going to be important. Remember who you are is what I want to say to you, Jackie. I leave you with the love of the women on the side of the family. I feel like a great apple pie is being made. So either there's a baker here in your family as well. And so please know that as you pause and you make your intent, go with God and spirit, love, universal love. It's all within you. You embody the sweetness. Do not doubt or question yourself. You're exactly in the journey, in the path of where you're supposed to be. 4 weeks from now, which is in a month, I feel like shifts are going to come, whether this is due to planets, but I feel like the next moon that's coming, you must be sensitive to the moon. I feel like this is going to be a transformation of shedding for you as well. Give your body and spirit the opportunity to manifest the desires on a deeper level. Don't be holding back on exactly what you want. Be straight up. Millie B, I'm coming to you. Millie B, a grandmother in spirit, feels like a mother stepping forward, and she's like kind of very feisty. She's got her hands like this, and I feel like she's someone that watches your back. Something that's going on in your life she's not very happy about, and she's the kind of person that would make me feel like, no way, I don't like this. And so she's got your back. So whenever you're feeling a little doubt, feel into her energy, because she's definitely helping you with that. Higher purpose, my love. Now, I know that you do hair, but I also feel like I want to give you this fiery red, right? And so this fiery red is passion, it's purpose, it's love, it's desire. And I feel like your hands are very creative. As I start to go into my hands, I really want to like create. I want to do either like sculptures or painting, like feel into that energy. Definitely tap into that creativity flow. It starts with our sacral. It goes into that energy of that orange. But I saw the red, but I want to go down to the sacral. A spirit comes in and moves the energy around your sacral chakra as it opens up against that energy of love, of self-love, of power, of creativity flow. Like I want to say, girl, you can do whatever your heart desires. If you want to go to the mountains, you want to go hike, you want to be flying in the sky, like you can do it all. Don't limit yourself. Like you can travel. Your mind is very imagination. Like your imagination, boom, is like on fire. Higher purpose, that's the earth star chakra. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Simply being you. There's a lion that comes in, the lioness, that fiery person of you. It's your essence. Don't push it down. So if you're roar, your energy's aggressive, that's you. Be part of that fire, that goddess energy. It's working through you is what I'm getting for you, okay? And so Millie B, I leave you with that. And Stacia, I'm going to come to you. Again, Stacia, I feel like also too, for you, I want to give you the mic. I want to give you the platform. I want you to do your cards, and also the seer seeker. Ooh, the seer, to see. You know, when I say that, I go into the jaguar medicine. It's like, let me go into that sacral. Let me bring in that jaguar medicine. Let me bring in that hummingbird into that solar plex, and let me bring in that eagle into the heart as the spirits align, as they connect to the power animals, into the buffalo spirit and the angels behind you. As we awaken that power behind you, stand strong, baby. Don't be afraid to do this work. And so I'm going to pass the mic to Callie Brickle, because I know I said I would do 3 and passed it over. So much love to you guys. The yeses and the nos. It's Valentine's Day. Let's go. Callie can feel the energy, y'all. Look at her energy go.
It's like tickling my energy. Like it's like I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to. All right. Open. I'll go to Jennifer and Keith, and then we'll see who the last one is. Let's see. Okay. There's a lot coming in. All right. So I'm gonna do Jennifer. Pulling some cards. Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. So this is about basically like recognizing the cards that I'm getting for you, Jennifer, that this is a time where there's a mixture of new things happening as well as you holding back and allowing yourself to get your ducks in a row. Because it's like things are coming at you. So you're like, okay, I have to deal with this situation. So there's change coming from other people, but the change within you is a little bit stagnant because you're so busy that you're like, I haven't had time to kind of like manage these feelings of stress, manage what's coming up within me. But there's enough good things happening that keep those distractions afloat. Okay. So they're not like distractions because they're good things, but they're distractions for rejuvenating you fully. Okay. So there has to be the attention to the outside and attention to the inside. And it's kind of like there's so much abundance right now that we talked about self-love and self-care a lot on this this podcast and this live show. And it's like the let it be known for like your needs and even connecting with friends and to understanding what's really going on of why you're getting like certain hits within work or within love of like why do I feel like I want to do this? Or why does this, my gut is telling me that? Those are not being addressed. So there needs to be a lot of emphasis. Like if you can go on a mini vacation or something local, or, again, go to the spa. It's like self-care is really, really needed right now. So we can continue the abundance. So we can continue the good things happening. I hope that makes sense. That's kind of the number one thing that comes up. It's like get ahead of your stress. You're already feeling it. And it's not just because a lot of things are happening right now. Okay. So there's going to be even increased success as long as the self-care is intact. And the importance of it's time to have a new vibration within your life. And so that doesn't just mean love and relationship. That means like actually friendship and someone who's really there for you and helps you to work with your emotions and your thoughts on a different level. Okay. So seek out platonic love, and that will open up the space for a then flowing love, and it will be the right time when it hits. But right now, like different forms of love are needed to open you up rather than when you're trying to manifest somebody, you're just like, should I open my heart up this way? Should I open up my heart up that way? You don't have to protect yourself like that within a friend. And it's time to just make sure your heart is open in general. A new vibration, very important at this time. And so I'm going to give that to you. And thank you for understanding. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, and you reaching out to spirit, it's actually going really well. It's going much better than you think it is. Just continue with those steps. They hear you, they acknowledged you. You've already done things that like you've told yourself, oh, I want to do a little bit more spirit connection. I want to do a little bit more acknowledgement. You've done it, you've started it, continue it. Okay, cool. All right. And then you said, yes, I'm making sure I hit these. Yes, thank you. And you're like, haven't made time to see friends, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, very, very, very important. And
for
just
those
like
that are in here, I'm going to stop you real quick, Kelly. For those that are in here, just be mindful for Jeanette, if we can submit a little request there so we can remove that. You guys,
Jeanette, where's Jeanette? I don't see Jeanette.
Is it Janet? Janet inboxed me. No, we don't ask for inboxing, guys. We would never inbox you. We would never ask for you to inbox us.
Oh, here, I see one. Okay, yeah, sometimes we have to block and delete. And so I'm seeing that. Thank you for catching that.
As the card says, drama.
You see. Okay. I found it. Okay. There's more than one from the same person. Okay.
Really?
Are you able to connect on this since like we're linked up? I don't know if you're able to connect.
Oh, to block? I could send you messages, but I never tried to.
Try to see if you can block, just out of curiosity, because yeah, I'm just curious.
Da, 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 da,
I'm just deleting these because
block
there was
the drama. The cards don't lie.
Well, the cards don't lie. They don't. Okay, so I gotta go. I think I got everything out. Okay. Yeah, just let me know.
Delete comment, put user in timeout. Yeah, I can do that. Now I know.
What are you? I can't even read what you're reading. What are you reading?
Oh, I clicked on, okay, so you click on the name on the comments. You guys are watching us learn, and there's 3 dots. You click on the 3 dots, and it says delete comment, put them in timeout, or ban. I have the power to take something out. Ooh. You gave the girl power. We're in trouble now, y'all. We in trouble now.
You have the power. Okay. So, I said I was going to go to Keith next because Keith asked up earlier. So, Keith, are you still here, Keith? Let me know if you're still here, Keith. I'm going to go to Keith's energy really quick. Okay. So, I got to get back into the mix. Okay. So, Keith and right. Thank you, Keith. Okay. All right. So I want another card on this. Okay, good. We'll go like that. So Keith, I got a lot of cards coming up that basically says there's a lot of energy within, and it's good energy. There's a lot of energy within mediumship and career and focusing on evolving that. But those are the strongest energies, and it's to make sure that you have a balanced life. To make sure you have a balanced life and you're getting nourishment in other areas besides like, I need to focus on this. This is what gives me like my most emphasis within my life, my most joy within my life. And I understand that. And I'm sure Debbie understands that too. Sometimes when we have passion and love for this work, it goes at the forefront because we realize how much good it does for us and we feel like we like belong in something, right? And it's very self-healing, but there's all these areas that I'm seeing that is just like you're wondering why you're putting so much energy into something and the energies are still a little bit not where you'd like them to be. Okay. And so when I look at like friendship or when I look at like finances or when I look at going into understanding like the self-care and understanding relationships, a lot of those areas are like I can do that eventually through my understanding with mediumship. And it's just like you have to make sure that you're living life too as a physical being. You have to make sure that you're taking care of stuff at the level of physical being. And I'm always making sure that I do that and remember that about myself too. So I'm saying this to you with a lot of empathy, and I see I have to kick.
I can't block her on this one now. She came back
I'll do it.
A vengeance.
So hang in with me, Keith. Hang in with me, Keith. I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry, everybody Keith. Everybody report when they see. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
Keith, okay. You're adorable, Keith. So I lost the power. What happened? I was like, why wouldn't it let me block you? I see you, girl. Much love to ya. Oh, yeah. Keith, all right. You're amazing, Keith.
And you said, no worries. And yes, Meg told, sent me. Let me know what you mean by that. But thank you for being so chill with no worries. So it's letting me know that mediumship is very healthy, but it's like actually causing a tilt with where other things are not being focused on as much. And because of the stress, sometimes the communications are not being as smooth. And again, this is a very compassionate message that I'm sending to you. I know that when I've been stressed out within my life and I just go, okay, I'm just going to focus on the good stuff and focus on helping people and things like that, the wonkiness of how I'm able then to help people gets wonkier because I am not having the balance within my life. So it's letting me know that there's inconsistencies starting to show up and you're like, this is stressing me out, even though it's going actually still very well. Okay. So there's a lot of self-healing, self-love, and self-care attached to some of the other things in life that need to be looked at. And as well as embracing other people to be in your life. You can't do this all on your own. That's the hugest thing that I'm really seeing here too as well. You can't do this all on your own, Keith. So make sure you have friendship. We're talking about friendship love now a lot on this. But make sure you are connecting to people and allowing trust within your soul. You will trust your gut if somebody's not right. You will trust your gut and your soul will let you if somebody is not supposed to be your friend or someone's not there for the right intentions. But to trust your soul that you have the compass to find people that will support you and help you, give you perspective so you can continue to open up to life in the more physical essence so your eyes can be on what you need to take care of as you balance your soul expression with the spirituality. Okay, so that's the number one thing coming on up. Thank you for understanding that, Keith. And I promise you, there's going to be so many soul and spiritual blessings through people in their physical form. Just find the ones that know how to go there, okay? And just trust that you will be able to have the signs, okay? Okay. All right. Let's do one more. And someone's talking about, Stacia's talking about lasagna. I have to run and cook lasagna. Thank you, ladies.
Lasagna for Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Awesome soul. Everyone is awesome.
Romantic lasagna, right? Spicy lasagna. What are you doing tonight, Stacia? Are you making a romantic dinner of, just delicious delights? I gotta start cooking. I gotta cook tonight. Damn.
Are you? I don't even know what I'm doing.
we're figuring it out together. What are we doing?
Coffee.
Coffee. There's always self-love that can be infused. Always self-love. Oh, thank you so much.
Coffee. Mm-hmm.
After saying thank you again, Kelly and Debbie, I really enjoyed the chat, and thank you again for my spiritual connection cards. Life's pretty crazy right now. Take care, love and light. Hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hang in there. You got a lot of love from the spirit world. You got a lot of love in your heart. Be brave, enact that. Be forthfront with what your needs are. And if someone can't give them to you, that you are protecting yourself just by making that a reality of how that needs to be brought to the forefront. Okay? You're protecting yourself by sharing your heart. The reality will be brought to the forefront and you are being protected through that. Okay? All right. All right. Love. And one more. So Pamela just came in. How do we get read? You say, I'd like a reading. So Pamela, would you like a reading? You came at the right time. Gotta let me know you want to. I'm pretty sure you do want a reading, but let me know you want a reading. Say yes, Pamela, because I won't read people unless they consent. Okay, yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so yes.
Yes, girl.
Let's. What comes up for Pamela? Okay. Okay. All right. Well. Okay, so Pamela, there's like the energy of kind of like there's like disorganization a little bit. There's if you can understand that, because I'm getting like a lot of thoughts. And it's like, and maybe it's not disorganization. Maybe your brain is just like really fast, and it's like I dabble here, I dabble there. But yes, you can understand it. Thank you. So there's a lot going on, and it's helping you, okay, to become more in touch with your feelings. Like your future card that you got is the compassionate and the feeling card. So everything is kind of cracking you open. And this year is a little less crazy, if you can understand that. So like the past like 3 years have been like more like, whoa, I've been kind of just dealing with it. And you're in a space now where I'm an NP. I wish I knew what an NP was. You
Nurse
let me know.
practitioner. Nurse practitioner.
Okay. Got it. Okay. I was thinking it might be nurse. I wasn't sure. Thank you. So you're an NP. Well, it's teaching you like on a personal level. So I'm going to address it personally rather than professionally. It's teaching you on a personal level to actually be like more open and to have softness on a different level. So there's a different energy of femininity coming in. That's what I want to say. And with being a nurse practitioner, I have nurses friends that are nurses, and there is a tremendous amount of like energy that they can take on. And sometimes they're just like, these are my boundaries. I'm not going to allow this to happen. We need to get things done. We want to make sure everything's within its place. So there is a masculinity that has to come forth in order to properly care for somebody and to properly tend for somebody. And I feel like the way that you've like gone into your career as a nurse is starting to shift a little bit, where you have room to be like, you know what, I'm going to handle this from a slightly different angle. I'm going to handle this from a slightly different angle. I'm seeing some situations where I can actually feel it into it in a different way. I actually have a knowing with it in a different way. And because of that, I can handle it still professionally in a different way. And I'm actually activating my feminine energy. Okay. So if you can understand this, there's just been a lot of water energy coming into your life, if you can understand that too as well. I'm getting a lot of cards where it's just like it's showing me you're under pressure. You're kind of like trying to open up, other parts to yourself. The time is right for that. You're not fully sure how to navigate everything. Okay, so the number one thing is I feel like I'm getting more intuitive, Camila. I feel like you've had more intuitive experiences, and it's just a matter of how do I start handling my life, because so much has happened to me stress wise, and I have a stressful job. And how do I start to allow this more into my life? And I feel like you're already doing that. Like spirit is already allowing you to, and just continue to know that the more humble you are with your emotions or forthcoming you are with your emotions, like I feel that too, or sharing you are with your emotions, the more you're not going to feel like someone is has something against you or you have to protect yourself. All of a sudden you go, I released energy, and now because of that I'm able to see where they are more clearly, and I feel like I'm in charge because of that. I feel like I'm a leader because of that, rather than I'm vulnerable because of that. So that's the last thing I'm going to say to you. There's a lot of newness coming in, and just have trust with the fact that you can lead more people around you, more women around you to feel comfortable.
Right.
And being vulnerable is going to give you leadership within that. And that's the biggest thing that comes forth. I hope that makes sense. Okay.
I just can feel her, when you are a service, right? There was two things that kind of dinged in for me as Kelly likes to use that word ding, right?
Please,
And
please.
so Pamela, for you, like immediately as a nurse or just as a sensitive soul, you witnessed some things that have made you sad or just kind of hurt like there's a grief there that they're acknowledging. When you're in the energy, because you spoke of the sensitivity, right? And this can go for a lot of us. When you're working in someone's auric field, whether you're a nurse, a doctor, front office, you're doing someone's hair, or you're a massage therapist, a lot of times what we don't realize is that you're blending energy and you're feeling into the essence of that person's spirit. And so the more you're doing it out of love, and when you're in there to take care of them, you're feeling into that energy field. And I feel like you see colors, if you would understand this, Pamela, but they're acknowledging when the colors come in, that's also spirit world. So you're blending in a beautiful way with spirit world, Pamela. And there's a lot of love and energy that comes to you. So when you're tired and you're putting your feet up, there's a gentleman that steps forward that feels like a father, like they come in and they just give you that extra upliftment that you need, to bring in that healing for you. So you are in a beautiful blend, and the spirit animals that come to you, the scents that you smell, and the feelings that you feel are very real. And so those are the two things that were catching my attention as you're going through your healing journey. There is also spirit world that is uplifting you with the colors of spirit. Our energy field fills up, and there's energy that comes with that. There's a frequency and vibration that comes with that. And so welcome those colors. It's also spirit. It's a person too. So sometimes we're looking for the full-on impression of the person, but fill into the colors that come to you when you're connecting to this gentleman, because this gentleman in spirit world is very close to you. They're holding your hand. They're pulling you out of your exhaustion. They're pulling you out of whatever you're working through. And they're just saying, like, sis, I got you. And I feel like I'm saying sis, like either this is a friend or someone that's close to you, like a friendship or a brother. I just got to say, like, I got you, like someone sees you for all the hard work that you do. And if no one has said that to you lately, I just got to say, thank you. And what a beautiful job you're doing in taking care of other people and yourself. 3 months ago, you may have not been able to see where you are today, but what you're doing today is making changes, and you created a new energetic flow that's flowing to you, and you're not fighting it. It's a beautiful dance that you have. And I just got to say, keep nourishing that, keep filling that up and filling your cup up, because you're doing a beautiful job. There's no wrong way to connect to spirit world. And I just felt like I had to say that to you. So thank you, Pamela, for letting us read you. What a beautiful show, Kelly. You're amazing.
You're amazing too. And I definitely think you're picking up as a friend in spirit, spirit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. You're amazing. You're amazing. Really quick. So let's see. You got really quick. Plutonian control. That means whether someone is, because they're just like, can I have a reading? A card reading. We're closing the show, everybody. We're closing the show. But for Jessica, I'm just letting you know, be careful of power dynamics and release and look at things within love and surrender rather than control and comparison. So I'm going to give that to you. And then there was one other person. It's okay. I think that was meant to be. That was the only one meant to be then. I wanted to jump around and just give that person their request. They're like, one card. And I'm like, one card. So yes, Debbie. Oh, you're on mute, Debbie. You're on mute, Debbie.
I know, baby. I was letting you do your thing. I was being mindful of the quietness.
I want to say that there is just so much love from people. People are saying Happy Valentine's Day. Love when you two work together. Allison, she was expressing thanks. Donna was saying thank you. Keith saying thank you. Just everyone is sending so much love on this day, and we're so blessed. We're so blessed, and I'm so honored to have you on the show, Debbie. You always just give so much love and positivity, and like I love your springy energy. Gemini rising, girl.
Oh yeah, I'm Gemini rising, y'all. I'm still learning. So I'm Pisces sun, Gemini rising, and Libra. Was it Libra or Virgo in the moon?
Your Libra moon. Yeah, your Libra moon. Yeah, exactly. I'm Gemini rising too. Did you know that?
Well, we had our charts together, and I was like, it looked like doctor orders to me, girl. You had lost me at hello. So what does that mean? When two psychics get together, we just get our charts out and we say, girl, look at your chart. Girl, look at your chart. Look what's happening here. What's happening there? That's what we did one night. Was it 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night? We were still going strong.
It was pretty, yeah, it was around 11 or like 10, 11. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. But yeah, like, I mean, I encourage people to do that if they have a certain modality that they specialize in, or they just want to share energy. Like, you help each other like practice, or you help each other tune into what's going on and learn about your own life. My goodness. And it's super fun.
It
Super
is
fun.
fun. And then I was like going to take a picture. She's like, no, we don't share our actual charts. Do you know what they're going to learn about me? And I was like, oh, you right. I can't share myself and give it all away. You guys have to have some mystery on who Debbie and Kelly are.
The skirt can't be above the knee. I'm joking. So
My skirt's past my knees, baby. My skirt's past the knees. So
I think I'm happy to share like my chart and everything in certain ways, but to just like say, here's my entire story, parts of it I'm still learning about myself and parts of it that I know. I feel like it's so much. It's basically like here are my doctor records for 30 years.
Feels that way, right? It's
Yeah.
so personal. But you know what, Kelly? I'm really glad that you said that, because all of us come together with wanting the upliftment, wanting the love. Yes, we're giggling and we're having fun, but there's a sacredness to this work, and it's personal. And when we're coming into your energy field, just as Pamela does as a nurse practitioner, you're in the essence of someone's vulnerability. You're in the essence of someone's personal story. And that is the same for an astrology, a numerologist, a medium, a psychic, a healer. There's a sacredness and also a gratitude, of permission that you're allowing us to be part of that experience with you. So thank you for saying that, Kelly, because it can feel, oh my gosh, wait a minute, this is so personal. I don't know if I want you to have that. When I have one person that I gave for my healing and all of that, and there was a required trust. And so when you have that trust and you develop that bond, that's the essence of the beauty that unfolds for you when you give yourself permission to unfold with spirit. So what a beautiful show, Kelly. I know we can go on and on. You are just so amazing. And trust me, girls and guys, we can go on. We can talk and dive deep into all of this stuff like that.
That's part of the Gemini rising, it's very communication, energy, fun, playful. It can keep going. There's so many things to talk about. You being a guest, me being blessed to have you as a guest, I always give guests the last word. So what would you like to share with others before we close the show?
Wow, thank you. I didn't even think about this. Okay, so what comes to my mind for those that are here, love with fierce, love without doubt, not only love of self, but the memories of what you've experienced, just move them to the side. If they were unpleasant, sweeten yourself with kindness, with love, gentleness. Pause if you must. Love yourself again and continue to love all of those around you. Smile when you can. A little small act of kindness, a gesture of I see you goes a long way. So wherever you are in the world today, know that we see you, we feel you, we embrace you, and we heart you. With everything that we have, we hold space for each and every one of you. So have a beautiful Valentine's Day wherever you are in the world, and know that spirit is just that thought away.
We're all connected. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Please go with love, luck, light. Don't forget to live. And I will see you for the reading show later this week too, as well, to share the love exponentially. Thank you so much, Debbie. Take care,
Kelly,
everybody.
Before you go, do you want to introduce the 11 o'clock show that's new, that's coming in on this last Wednesday of the month?
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. So in about 2 weeks time, since I have Debbie here. All right. So, I'm putting it forward gently, even though it's very much in its foundations and we are here, but it's Sacral Spiral Network. And so you see all my shows with the labeling Sacred Spiral Network, and we're introducing more shows. And Debbie's one of our first shows, and I'm so excited to have her. And so thank you, Debbie, for reminding me, because my head is like, so thank you so much. And she's going to be broadcasting Transcend with Debbie on Sacred Spiral Network, and she's going to be doing so at 11 a.m. on Wednesday for the first time, the last Wednesday of the month. And so that is going to be on the 28th.
Right.
So if you want to catch her do her thing, we're going to be having everything up so you know when her show is, and you can just come on in, and it will be easy peasy fun. She's going to be doing readings and talking and sharing her love for spirit. But I'm blessed to have her as a show, and it's going to be once a month, but it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. So congratulations to you, Kelly, on your new baby as it lifts off. It's an honor to be your first guest, and I'm just so proud of you, my friend, and this new experience that you're diving into. Lots of love for you on Valentine's Day, my girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for helping me nurture my baby.
We give it love, everybody. So show up, y'all, the 28th, Wednesday, 11 o'clock. We'll see you then, y'all.
We'll see you then, and continue to see more from Sacred Spiral Network with the different shows that are coming on board. Like, subscribe. We're building, and give lots of love to Debbie's new show. Thank you so much, and I will see you on Friday, everybody. Take care.
Bye.